2016. Pardon me. After the 2016 elections, Mr. Siaga called me and he said to me, the 32-31 results is sending us a signal.
The Most Honorable P.J. Patterson, OCC, KC, was at Lancaster House at the time of the making of the Constitution. He was involved in the process, observed room and other dynamics, and is the only person alive today, certainly in Jamaica, who can speak from a position of certain knowledge about the process that led to the implementation of the Jamaica Constitution. This was a very important discussion, and I strongly recommend every Jamaican to watch the full discussion about our Constitution. Link will be provided below.
That the nation is divided in the center, right down the middle. And it is a sign for us. The electorate is sending us a signal. Time to combine and work together as one.
The Most Honorable P.J. Patterson also urges the two present governing party leaders to unite if their best interest is for the people. He suggested that he's on his way out, and his greatest pleasure is to see Jamaicans united.
And he went on to say, when I think of the missed opportunities on both sides that we have suffered because of the division, my view is the political leadership should meet. There is absolutely no reason. I know of no just cause or impediment why Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the leader of the opposition, Mr. Mark Golding, and their respective teams cannot gather in a suitable facility while Vale Royal is being repaired and get a supply of food and drink and bedding if necessary. If you have to get some rooms in a hotel, so let it be. It's worth it. The country needs it. Duck down in there and don't move until you get agreement. I'm going. Just a question of when. But I'd like to know that when I go, Jamaica has been able to unite about something that is meaningful, that can make us the great people which we are.
Now welcome back to another exclusive for live. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review.
Moments before the accident on Washington Boulevard yesterday.
One person is dead, and several other passengers, including students, have been hospitalized after a coaster bus collided with a truck at a section of Washington Boulevard in St. Andrew on Tuesday. Reports are that about 8:30 a.m., the motor vehicles were traveling in the same direction when collision occurred close to Corville Gardens. The bus that was transporting passengers was reportedly extensively damaged. Listen as Rohan Ritchie, Deputy Superintendent in charge of operation for the St. Andrew South Police Division, shares information so far on the crash, while appealing to motorists to remember that their intention is to arrive at their destination alive.
I am pretty sure that this isn't mint tea in his cup, he is holding in his mouth. Disappointed the new road traffic agency has done very little, or nothing at all, to curb this reckless driving among these coaster and PPV drivers drive on any major route in Kingston in peak hours. The driver should be arrested and charged for reckless driving and endangerment to the public. Government Member of Parliament Rhoda Moy Crawford says her relationship with Speaker of the House of Representatives, Juliet Holness, has been cold because of what she says are false claims of a relationship with Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
Andrew, come here, Andrew, come here, we could talk and reason. We have something for reason about. A long time we don't reason, Andrew. So Andrew, all along, when Andre Stevens come out and attack the things them, you would have said a lie, your wife did have say a lie, Ron Daddy has say a lie, so all of a sudden, something makes sense. More you make something make sense to me, Andrew, because something makes sense right now.
I still would say I still maintain a good relationship with our Prime Minister and party leader. What I do notice at times, Cliff, it doesn't matter to me if I'm going to be getting some beating for this when I hang up the phone. But I do realize that sometimes some of my own parliamentary colleagues, they treat me differently. There are some things that I feel I am denied of because of this rumor, or I think because this issue, it doesn't just affect me or the Prime Minister. The wife of the Prime Minister sits in the Parliament. She sits in the Speaker's chair. And Cliff, I'm not afraid to tell you that there are some times that people who have very good relationship with me, it appears that they are torn, like they don't want to engage me because they don't know if the rumors are true. Themselves probably don't know or not sure. I got out there. Every resource that I have gotten, I go out there and I spend it on the people. You have people that start off with a rumor, oh, how is Rhoda able to do so much work? She must be getting more money. And then now they keep adding to it. Oh, she must be involved with the Prime Minister. That's why she's getting more money. These things are heartbreaking. You have families involved. You have people involved. The latest I see now, Cliff, on social media is that I got pregnant for Prime Minister and did an abortion. Those things are hurtful. Those things are sickening.
Well, let me ask you, have you ever been involved in an intimate moment or relationship affair with the Prime Minister?
No, Cliff Hughes. Categorically, no. I have never. These rumors started from the time that I was in G2K, when I just came fresh from the scene and wanted to enter and to expand. And then some of them started to emerge around the time of the leadership challenge. And then they died down. And then, it started to take a different spin. At every level, when they put out something and it doesn't work, they add a new dimension to it and keep adding to it when they realize it's not sticking.
It is allegedly saying that in the street and social media.
Mr. Andrew Holness, we are coming from school, Troy High in Trelawney. Look what we have to cross. Look. No bridge, all cow in the water, cow Joan, pan bank side. Look there. Look on the bridge, capture every bridge over there. So. Look, we have to risk with life. Risk life, we get education. Look on the bridge over there, because look.
And the water come up, I allow the Lord need for the summer.
Mr. Andrew Holness, I say, if you see this, I don't need to come. Come look on the bridge. Look on the condition we have to go through every day. You see all that hurricane season now, Mr. Andrew Holness. We can't take it no more. Bridge, we say bridge.
If you want to live safe in your yard, if you want to be able to fall asleep and let your door open and wake up in the morning and still be alive.
All these broken promises from the Prime Minister breaks hearts. Hear this woman plead. Nothing much hasn't changes. Where crime and violence is concerns, this a daily cry for the nation.
Them kill me, more one nephew, Oh, my brother dead left from my 23-year-old. Oh, God. Father God, them kill me. Them kill me. Oh.
Be able to fall asleep and let the door open and wake up in the morning and skip their life. You cannot make the mistake of putting in the pain.
We want back with money.
In the meantime, Dr. Campbell took the government to task over the $451 million paid so far to lease a building for the Mandeville Tax Office. The building is still unoccupied. TAJ officials said renovation would cost roughly $1 billion and the building will not be ready until about September 2025.
How can you have a government that's saying that they care about people and they are spending $2 billion before them going to one building? And then, when we ask who own the building, they say they can't tell we. Well, me a call upon Darrell Vance tonight to tell me who own the building, because him can't find out how.
Surprisingly, Andrew Holness and Nigel Clarke, who own the building in Mandeville that is projected to cost taxpayers $1 billion before it is ready to be occupied. This is the worst I have seen it in my lifetime.
I can't mark gold in business alone, you know, Darrell.
Former Prime Minister, the Most Honorable P.J. Patterson, acknowledged the present governing bodies of Jamaica, in a reasoning pertaining to the Constitution and its newly reformed proposal. He is also calling on the opposition leader and the leader to unite in conclusion of the Constitution. The Constitution are for the people, and neither for Mark Golding nor Andrew Holness political benefit. The link for the full video with this very interested presentation will be linked in the description.
If we are to have a referendum, we have to have both political parties aligned. We have to go to the electorate with purpose. That does not seem to be present at the moment. Would you suggest or recommend that we initiate the conversation around that process with a Vale Royal talk? Would you suggest that it is time for surrogates? And that to me would be challenging because, again, you're going back to both political leaders to agree on that process. But how do you see us really embarking on a referendum if these thorny issues are not addressed? No.
I thought I'd indicated my views on that in my presentation, but let me just respond. First of all, understand, you couldn't have one referendum. You'd have to have referenda. Why do I say this? To change the Constitution, including the clauses that deal with entrenchment, you have to have legally a referendum. That's one. The thing about the Privy Council can't be in there because it's not entrenched. So you have to have what is called an indicative referendum. What are you having an indicative referendum for? To find out whether people want the Privy Council or the CCJ? That question wasn't put to them when the Constitution was being drafted. Our political leaders decided that. Our political leaders must decide. As I said, Minister Malahoo Fort, who is present, chaired the study on the options for a Jamaican court. That report should be made available. So we know why it is that a Jamaica court is a non-starter and why we must have as the CCJ as the final court. It is our court. We have paid for it. We have people on the court. We have people in the commission that picks the people that serve on the court. It is our court. I was very much involved in the creation of the court when, for example, there was an argument whether you pay one fee for the original and another fee for the final. I led the attack. One fee irrespective of whether it's final or appellate because it's one court. So we paid for it already. So if we have extra money for justice, which I would strongly support Minister Chuck, let's use it to improve the justice system. But don't let us try and restore it. No. My view is the political leadership should meet. There is absolutely no reason. I know of no just cause or impediment why Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the leader of the opposition, Mr. Mark Golding, and their respective teams cannot gather in a suitable facility while Vale is being repaired and get a supply of food and drink and bedding if necessary. If you have to get some rooms in a hotel, so let it be. It's worth it. The country needs it. Duck down in there and don't move until you get agreement. And if you need to call in anybody on the side for little help or back room, there are people at both sides can identify, call in and help. I don't know if I should say this. I will. After the 1916 elections, the morning after, 2016. Pardon me. After the 2016 elections, Mr. Siaga called me and he said to me, the 32-31 results is sending us a signal that the nation is divided in the center, right down the middle. And it is a sign for us. The electorate is sending us a signal. Time to combine and work together as one. And he went on to say, when I think of the missed opportunities on both sides that we have suffered because of the division, I believe this is a sign for us. That's something which I feel about very, very strongly. There must be a way. We have to find it. It's one Jamaica. Little island. 3 million inside, 3 million outside. Come. We show we are capable of greatness. If we, I'm not suggesting that, political contests cease and rivalry and debate be discontinued. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are some issues that are compelling. I don't want to get onto the values and attitudes business. But we're destroying ourselves. And in a way, if we keep on like this, no party should be fighting to win elections. What kind of country do we want to take over? So, this is why, Minister, I recoil at the suggestion about the selection of a head, because it is a confession of defeat. And I don't like to lose. And I don't want the nation, Jamaica. I'm going. Just a question of when. But I'd like to know that when I go, Jamaica has been able to unite about something that is meaningful, that can make us the great people which we are.
If